Hello all. I just wanted to send out a short video note about my article, which is going to be published in Counselling and Psychotherapy Research in March 2023. Really exciting to see it out in print. It's called Modelling Change in Self-Narratives and Embodied Experience. It's about my work with 4 of my clients that agreed to take part in the study, where that each presented with embodied physical symptoms, for example, chronic fatigue or chronic pain. And the article documents essentially what change looks like in those processes, and particularly my efforts as a therapist to model change and to think about the shape of change and the nature of it in our work together. The article just sets out some of the sort of developments of theory in that process. There's a nice little hierarchical model of the emergence of what might be described as I positions, which are essentially performances of self in different audiences, context-dependent versions of self. And one of the little theories that I'm advancing in this article is that I think we can consider that I positions emerge above a platform of physiological activation, including physical symptoms, feelings, fantasies, thoughts, and beliefs. But I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about some of the key implications for practice and implications for policy, because I think this is a lovely thing about how Counselling and Psychotherapy Research published, that they asked their authors to identify these explicitly. So the key implications for practice, certainly given this article, I'm arguing that physical symptoms, all symptoms, are signposts, and the interest of the therapist is in the underlying context in which a symptom emerges or is aggravated. The next point is that relief from embodied distress is bound up in a more generalized shift in the participant's I position. I think this is a fascinating theory around I positions, and I'll talk more about it in the article. Their experience and performance of self in relation to others and the world. And the third practice point is that the account of change may be applicable in a transdiagnostic fashion, and more particularly across both somatizing clients, in inverted commas, and those for whom their embodied experience is not problematized. And then the other implications for policy is that recent studies highlight the somewhat ambivalent, or in some cases inaccessible, relationship that therapists have to research. Many of you watching this video will have a sense for that. It's difficult for therapists both to conduct research, but also maybe the difficulties for therapists to convert that research into the realities of their practice. So I think a case is made for programs of research which make visible the reflexive processes through which therapists research their own practices. So this article documents one example of how that can be done. So I hope you find it interesting. As I say, the article is out in print in March of this year in Counselling and Psychotherapy Research, but you'll also see the web link to the online version in this post. Hope you enjoy, hope you find it interesting, and look forward to hearing your thoughts.